Edible. Who are these guys? They're professional players who, one of them, and Jack in particular, plays the most free-to-play friendly deck on the planet and has been absolutely genius with it throughout his career. So, you could say what you want, but actually both these guys would probably smash you under the table pretty consistently because they are very, very good at Clash Royale. Yeah, my face cam will be in between games, but for some reason it's being a little bit funky today. And we still have no sound, and I can see all the other casters saying there's no sound, so we are going to work on trying to figure out where the heck the sound is and why you're not getting it. And hopefully they will fix that fairly soon. For now, Jack looking like, Bowler. So this will be some sort of freeze deck. Bowler Loon Freeze or Bowler GY Freeze. We'll see which one he's going with. Valk to the left-hand side. Inferno Dragons will meet in the middle. And his Bowler will still survive. So Jack, despite being known as a cycle player, going pretty heavy here in the opening. And it is Bowler GY. So expect the freeze somewhere in there. And, again, to remind you guys, we are playing duel mode, which means that you cannot repeat any cards. So this is the only graveyard that Jack will be playing throughout this best of 3 set. You will not be seeing Royal Hogs again from Geralt because that's the way the rules work. Now, this makes for some interesting deck construction choices and also interesting strategy as well. And guys, yes, I know there is no sound. We're trying to figure out how to sort that one out here. The production company out of Brazil is working on getting that one sorted, and hopefully we'll get that fixed as soon as possible. For now, you just have to put up with my beautiful voice. That's it. That's all you get. Inferno Dragon to the left-hand side. So you take a look at this one, right? And you understand why Jack is going with this Graveyard Freeze deck. Because if he played Poison, played Fireball, played whatever in the first set or in the first game, it would be out for the rest of the match. So this is actually, this setup, whether it ends up being Balloon Freeze or Graveyard Freeze, is going to be fairly popular in my opinion because it's a viable deck that frees up your Poison, your Fireball, your other spells, your small spells. It frees up a ton of your stuff to be used in other decks. So my guess is that these will be pretty meta as time goes on. Golem is kind of trash in the current meta. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Let me see. Is this pre-recorded, Bilbo? It is not pre-recorded. I'm right here. Not really sure why there's no sound, guys. The production is trying to get back to us on the sound situation. And hopefully they have a solution at some point. Oh, yeah, not Expo Fred. Good points there, good point there, Georgie. And look at this. 6-man, 3-3 split. Bowler to the left. Jack so far in the lead, but cycles Bowler to the left-hand side. Valk will help here, and that's a nice Valk freeze combination. Although that Fisherman pulls the Valk out of the way, and now it's just the Ice Wiz working against the Hogs, but that should be more than sufficient to clean up most of that one. Here we go, Inferno Dragon, and a nice snowball reset by Geralt on the left-hand side, and now that's 4 recruits going on the left. And this is nice for Jack overall with the 2 big splash cards and 3 if you throw that baby dragon in there as well, but lots of ways to deal with those piggies. Not to mention the freeze with the splash in this matchup is actually really, really good for him. What's my opinion on Fred? I like the Expo nerf. And yes, guys, Fred is Expo. It's the same thing. And a missed fireball from Geralt. That could be absolutely devastating. 3-3 split from the 6-man. Fisherman in the middle, and the King Tower activation does finally get in for Jack, but he has to work with a lot on the right-hand side. Will he freeze here again with the Valk in the middle? Yes, he will. Man, that Valk freeze combination against those recruits and the pigs is absolutely devastating. Yo, Rich, can they use each other's decks as long as there are no similar cards in them? Absolutely. Yes, guys. They can totally use that, and thank you very much, Sandy, for the 10-pound donation. That's absolutely brilliant. You are a phenomenal mod, and I don't know how to read that name, but I feel your pain there, person who's mourning SK's loss to Queso. I do feel your pain there, and guys, there is no game sound. I know production's trying to work on it. What we have right now is a bit of a foot race here. 10:40 on the left-hand side, or on the right-hand side to 15:71 with just a few seconds left, and Jack just played a good defensive game. Jack played a nice defensive game and got a good win in game number 1 here. GG, well played. Nice work out of Jack. And now keep in mind, folks, as we go on, we are going to be in a situation where, yeah, we have no ability to use those cards again for that player. This is dual mode. Let's see if this camera will work. The cameras are a little sketchy today. Oh, wow, that one's... Yeah, so there's a lot of extra things being thrown into my computer, which is why even I'm seeing the frame rate drop here, guys. So we'll see if I can get that fixed, if I can kind of target what is the specific problem that is making my frame rate drop so much. But we're going to basically not be on my face cam for a lot of this because of how bad that frame rate issue is. So we'll be here a whole bunch because that frame rate thing is a problem. You know what? Let me see. I'm going to go through and see if I can figure out some of these issues here. Hey, Rich, who is this tournament run by? Copa Brasilia. Brasilia? Man, I should pronounce things better. Copa with Brazil attached to it. The thing at the bottom that you see. I am going to see if I can get rid of some of these elements that I think maybe are messing with the maybe are messing with some of our frame rate here. Because, yeah, that frame rate is dropping all the way through the floor. Also, I don't even see that, so why would I even care? Why aren't I streaming on Twitch? Long story boring. If you're seeing the technical issues we're having this morning, I was going to stream on both Twitch and YouTube today, and we kind of bailed out on Twitch just so we could focus on getting the stream itself to work. As you might be noticing, hasn't exactly done that today, but is what it is. Let's see. I'm just going to do a little experiment here, folks, and we're going to come back to my face cam for a second and see if this made my face cam not be a complete nightmare. Here we go. Still some challenges. Very weird. Well, these are all things that have to be worked out another day, because today we're going to focus pretty much on gameplay here. What accent did I join in on? Not entirely sure. Working on something here. Just sending some messages. And we're waiting on game number 2. Start already. Yeah, I know. Believe me, I understand. Georgie, why are you even bringing that here? You know what? Yeah, guys, we know it's laggy. We're doing our absolute best to fix it. Why no stream on Twitch? Because this is glitchy today, and we're trying to sort it out. Hopefully game number 2 comes on in just a moment. Not really sure why game number 2 isn't up yet, but hopefully we'll see it pretty soon. And when we do, it'll be awesome. Why Morton not playing the All-Star Cup? No idea. Is he not playing? I thought he was playing. Here we go. Game number 2. Currently Jack up 1 on Geralt. Lava Minor for the Japanese pro, and Geralt immediately goes Royal Giant to the left-hand lane. So Lava Minor Barbs, and so you see some of why the brilliance of the choice from Jack in game number 1 to go with that Graveyard Freeze deck. Prove this is live by responding to this, student? No, I will not prove that it is live. I will never prove that it is live, student. So you see, again, this is why I think that in in these dual mode matches that bowler GY or even bowler loon will be popular because it does free up a lot of pretty traditional decks here, including this Lava Miner deck. Hold on, communicating with production here as we try to figure out where all the sounds went. Hopefully one day we'll have them. Nice little King Tower activation here for Geralt. Hey, big shout out from the UK to the Clash community. There you go. Morton said he wanted to take a break from competitive gameplay. That makes sense. You think the real Lapo is here? Oh, that might be the real Lapo. Who knows? What language is my game in? It's in English. It's my best language, pretty much my only one. Miner into the right-hand side. Royal Giant immediate trying to counter here for Geralt. Use the NATO to pull things back, but that's going to be pretty close to tower down. Not quite all the way, but a lot of damage. He just can't break through on the left-hand side. This was a good overall selection from Jack back-to-back. That bowler freeze deck, that bowler graveyard freeze deck does have some bad matchups for sure. There's no question about it. Got a great one in the first one. And then, of course, setting himself up here nicely in game number 2. And these barbs are just shredding the Royal Giants. Absolutely shredding this Royal Giant. And that's going to be an easy GG well played here. Unless Jack drops his phone. Nope, not going to happen. GG well played. Nice win for Jack. I was never on D-Live, Momanu. I think I've only been to D-Live once in my life. Who won game number 1? It was Jack. So now that's Jack winning overall. Now let me go ahead and see if I can figure out how to... There's something that's being loaded in here. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at a few things here, folks, and see if maybe, just maybe, I can figure out why we're having some of the issues that we're having. But so far, not really understanding why we're having some of these frame rate issues when I'm on camera. Here we go. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill these scene transitions first and foremost because we don't need them. We don't need scene transitions. Maybe that'll help. There we go. Am I a little less choppy now? Maybe a tad. We'll see. Let's see. Rich, you're the best caster. Would not have watched this tournament without you casting. Thanks for Hey, well, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, Lapo Gang. Oh, the Lapo Gang on Trovo. No worries. We're waiting on our second match of the day. We need Ash as a mod. Yeah, that's all I should do. What is the Royal Rumble thing in the CRL qualifications? Not sure yet. There's no Thunderstruck, but you do a Scottish accent. Maybe. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Without seeing your face, this commentary sounds dull. Is my face normally... My face is never on when I'm commentating. Yeah, I'm not spectating inside the game. This whole stream is being sent to me as a clean feed. So this is a clean feed. Here's a little technical stuff for you guys. This is a clean feed, meaning the production company is building this in their own studio, sending it privately to myself and other casters, which we then retransmit here, which is also why it's actually, you can see, fairly clean, other than the loss of sound here for some reason. And I'll talk about the new CRL today. Whereas Andrew says Lazy Boy, my guess is in California in his apartment. That's where he lives. That's my guess. You know, I could be wrong, but my guess is he's in California right now. But yeah, this scene that you're seeing right here, this is the clean feed. This is being set up and put together in the studio in Brazil, and then it comes to me from there. And then this is just me. This is just, and this overlay had more things to it. I'm not really sure where they've gone and what exactly is happening with some of those things. But I think we're going to get into our next game here in a moment, which I'm excited about. Do I think West CRL is better than East CRL? I think that we've kind of proven that over the last 2 seasons. We'll see what happens. Where are the burritos? Not entirely sure. Where is Andrew? Probably in Los Angeles. Do I think Mother Witch is strong, weaker, in the middle? A little weak. What do you think about the new CRL? Yeah, Steven, I'll talk about it today at some point. Can I please check who's the Spanish caster? I think you can do it, Alejandro. My guess is it's Koji. I'm pretty sure Koji is one of the Spanish casters. Let's see. Can I try putting my pinky finger inside my nose? Maybe it'll work. All right, I'll try it right now. Didn't do anything. Weird. Who's my prediction to win this whole thing? No predictions yet. It's still pretty early. One of the interesting things about this, and Saketh, stop spamming. Where's my mod? Stop that spam. And let's stop all the different spammers. I see a lot of spammers here. And I'm not into spammers. Let me tell you something. Not into spammers over here. JP is not only 16. That is an incorrect age for JP. Thoughts about casting Brawl Stars? It'd be fun. I actually used to host a regular weekly Brawl Stars event on my channel called the Slayton Showdown, and something might be coming in the future that might be kind of similar. We'll see what happens. Let's see. JP is not 16. I don't know why it says that. Lazy Boy, he's not coming today. So I like Andrew too. He's not coming today. So maybe he'll be on one of these days. But not today. How do you donate? I don't know, actually. I've never even... You can super chat, I think is how it works. I think you do super chats. Other than that, I don't really know. Yeah, I see that there's some... I don't know how you do super chats. And I appreciate the instinct that you would like to donate to whatever the heck is happening right now, because this is not exactly working. What do I think of capping Clan Wars at level 9? Positives and negatives to that, obviously. The description belongs to other players. Yeah, I'm not in charge of the production, guys. I'm just talking. Who's my pick to win? You, Arian. You're my pick to win. Brandon, you are going to get a nice little timeout there. Did I time out the correct person? Yeah, you got timed out. Alpha Moriarty. It's just Ruben in all 4 slots now. That's actually really funny. Well, we'll see if there's... I guess I'm just going to come back to my not exactly working face cam here, because we're supposed to be going to a match here pretty soon. Oh, literally the second I do that, we're on a match. Let's go ahead and jump into the match here, folks. The no sound match. Is matchmaking rigged in CR? Absolutely not. It's like the technical requirement to make that happen would be so ridiculous. So no, it is not rigged in CR. Just we're all we have self-selecting bias, where if things go poorly for you, you have to blame it on something other than like either chance or your skill set or whatever. So yeah, when that happens, Super Chat works fine, says Sandy. Yes, thank you very much. Well, guys, I was reading chat when we were waiting for the game to start, but now our game has started. So now we'll talk about the Clash Royale. My guess here is this is a graveyard out of JP. Interesting mortar cannon cart deck from Yakitori, which could also be graveyard. Fireball's an interesting choice with the deck, obviously, although Fireball, Snowball, as you can see, the value of those cards with graveyard maybe a bit underrated in some ways. You see that Snowball just doing a little knockback, making a little bit of just enough time, enough room for the graveyard to get on tower. Well, Jack, I'm not part of the development team, but matchmaking definitely isn't rigged. It would be insane to try to rig it at that level. Did Sandy come through with a 15-pound donation somewhere? Another 5-1. I mean, that's beautiful. Yeah, Sandy is next level. Yeah, if nobody with a great point there in the chat, if matchmaking is rigged, it's rigged for and against you, so it isn't. Exactly. Exactly. Nice pickup there with the knight. IMJP in a good spot so far. And as you can see, this is not, so, see, we're asking what language your game is in. So this is not, as you can see, the language is in Portuguese, because this is a Brazilian production. Can I make the sounds of each card for you? Graveyard. Graveyard. I think I nailed all those sounds pretty well. Cannon card to the left-hand lane. Graveyard Poison Snowball. And that's going to keep an eye specifically on the spell usage a lot, guys. I think that's going to be key, is looking at some of the spell usage, looking at certain support usages. Most likely, JP not going to be running any Hog decks after this. He could be running he could run Hog EQ with a different. He could run Hog EQ log with delivery in a different building other than Bomb Tower potentially, but Snowball out, Knight out, Bomb Tower out means probably no Hog EQ on his side. Graveyard Fireball. I'm wondering if maybe Yakitori goes with Lava with Poison in one of our next games. How do you say Hog Rider in Portuguese? Not entirely sure, Yoav. I'm streaming only on here today, guys. In future days when we are not trying to recover from weird technical issues, I'll stream on multiple platforms. But today, it was just this. As you may have noticed, we're having some challenges here. Can I play the sound through my microphone? I can't, because that's not how the sound works. This is a clean. I'm not expecting the game in-game. This is coming from a direct feed from the production company. So we don't have sound. But maybe we will next time. Who knows? Poison into the left-hand side with the Graveyard. 531 top right-hand side to just under 1,000 on the bottom left-hand side for IMJP. Yakitori currently battling from behind, but setting up nicely on the left with the Mortar. Hunter down to work against the Graveyard. Knight high on the Musketeer. This GY going to put a little pressure on, but not too much. Although the time is feeling a bit short right now for Yakitori. Cannon cart doesn't sneak on through. The Knight does get the pickup. And good sequencing with JP for the Bomb Tower against the Mortar. He's controlled the Mortar very well throughout this game. Final 18 seconds. And just like that, though, Yaki is right back in it and putting as much pressure on as he can. 98 on the top right-hand side. I think there's one more tick needed, and the tick will get in. JP gets just enough damage from the poison to win game number 1. All right, guys. Well, let's see. I have some I have some whatchamacallit, DCMA approved music or DMCA approved music. So maybe I'll go into my music and just put on something in the background. Let's go ahead. Let's put that's the short version. I don't want the short version. Get out of here with that. Where's the long version of this music? And there you go. There's the post-game data powered by Royale API in this matchup. And you will see, typically, a lot of that matchup is 8 of 8, meaning it's the exact matchup of those two decks. This is BO3 attack. But this one, as you can see, 7 of 8. And my guess is that as we play through these dual mode battles, that we experience more things like that. I don't want the short edit. I want the full length one. Get out of here with that noise. Hold on. I'm trying to find some music. We'll play the same music the entire time. But why is that going? Oh, because I'm supposed to be going to my library. There we go. There we go. Here's some. Oh, hold on. I have to actually put the music. I have to add it into the scene here because this is not my normal. situation. Saketh, thank you very much for the dono. Do appreciate it. And let me go ahead and add in some audio input capture. Let's add in this. And we'll go from here. And that should be able to give us, let's see if this gives us some music. Let me turn that down so I don't blow your ears out immediately. Hey, look at that. We'll have some background music. Here we go, huh? A little background music for you. How do I put it on repeat? That's the real question. So that we can just have music here. At least it's not just my voice now. And we're still waiting for music to happen or for the game sound to happen at some point. But for now, this will be here to help us out. Now, how do you get iTunes to put it on repeat? Darn it. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Here we go. Game number 2. This was nice and quick. Yakatori top of your screen, JP at the bottom. Right-click loop in iTunes, huh? Yeah, that's what I tried beforehand, but didn't see anything. And I don't see it now. Oh, wait. Oh, that's the shuffle button. Oh, there we go. Found it. Boom. All right, back into the gameplay here. Hopefully we'll get the actual sound going. Can I stream this on Trovo? Maybe next time. Today we're just focused on YouTube because, as you can see, there were some challenges. But hopefully tomorrow we can get everything going on all different channels. And wherever you're into it, you'll be there. What do I think about a dual challenge or ladder? I think that dual mode has the potential to be the absolute future of Clash Royale. I really do. I think that the only drawback of dual mode is that it requires 9 to 15 minutes of time. Right? That's the only drawback. And the one nice thing about Clash Royale is you can play a quick 3 to 5 minute game. Now, to be fair, who in the world plays just one game of Clash Royale and then puts the phone down, right? That's not super duper common. But that is the one drawback of duels, is that it's a 9 to 15 minute commitment per match. 6 Loon here for Yakatori. Hunter going to the right-hand side, going to make things a little bit difficult here, and JP's going to eat at least one shot from the balloon. Does take care of that heal spirit. And those pigs all over the right-hand side, Lumberjack down. So despite eating that pretty big shot, JP still in the lead, 367 on the right-hand tower. Magic Archer in response to this Lumberjack. And a high mini P.E.K.K.A. Will not sneak through for free pancakes, though. And you see there, trying to go for the pull on the Fisherman with the skeletons in the middle is JP. Doesn't get it. In a good spot here offensively. Gets the Magic Archer down. Going to kite those away to give room for the Hunter, I believe. And there you go. That's what the whole point of that Ice Golem was to make sure the Hunter didn't get absorbed by those. Wow, nice snowball. And Yakatori takes it down to 10 HP. So JP has that right-hand tower down for sure. Yaki has to get back to his snowball, which he will. We are going to sudden death overtime. Well, Yoav, I don't know what the overall plan is for duels. But I believe that there will be more than one way to play duels. But I wouldn't judge any game mode based purely off of card levels, right? Because that's your card levels are an issue with ladder for players as well. So I wouldn't judge any game mode off of card levels. I would judge a game mode off of what is it like when two players with an equal level of cards play each other. And I think, again, that because of the forcing people to have to be more diverse, that their gameplay is great. I think that having more information, right? So Yaki and JP both making choices here about their deck in game 2 based off of what they saw in game number 1. Kind of going, okay, I think that the other part too, from a deck building standpoint, which I think is going to be really interesting, is when you're actually doing your pregame research. Let's say, for example, you're going up. This is a bad example because Jack wouldn't really play 2.6 in competitive. But let's say you're playing against Jack, right? And you're like, okay, I think there's a 70% chance that Jack will run 2.6. That means that one of his decks is going to have Musketeer. It's going to have Fireball. It's going to have Hog Rider, right? It's going to have Skeletons. It's going to have Ice Spirit. It's going to have Log. Well, that tells you that, okay, those cards are out of whatever the next decks are going to be. So then you go, okay, what are the likely decks that Jack will play in the other two games if I'm assuming that those cards are out of those decks, right? And a really nice win here for JP. Are we going to, hold on, wait a second. 1 second. Just getting some information here. Why do those chats look like they're different chats entirely? That's weird. Is one chat like ahead of the other? Oh, that's strange. Oh, I guess the clean feed is going to pause for a little while they try to fix it. So we're going to go and they're going to try to fix the sound situation. We're just going to hang out here. And let's see if we can get my camera to not drop so many frames here. Let's see if we can troubleshoot this while we wait for them to fix the clean feed. Scott, if only Andrew were here. Yeah. If only he were here, man, then I wouldn't be so alone, man. Yeah, they're trying to fix the sound issue here. And I will be streaming on multiple platforms in the future, guys, just not today. Not today. Oh, thank you, Jack. Do appreciate you enjoying it. Yeah, guys, we'll be back with more gameplay in a minute. Right now, we're trying to figure out what the problem is with the sound. So hopefully we'll have that sound sorted in a bit. Frio, what don't you like about the format? The camera looks a little bit better. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out why the camera is certainly still a little bit. I can see that my frames have dropped. So I'm just trying to figure out why have my frames dropped here. Let's see. Oh, you like the green screen, huh? Oh, thank you. Don't I think Zero should be based on top 1,000 in a global tournament rather than top 1,000 in ladder? I'm 50-50 on that one. I see the value in both. Troll will be back. If you guys don't like the format, tell me. Why not? What would be a better format than the format that it currently is? I'm trying to see if I can figure out why this is still being a little bit... My frames have dropped. I'm working on something here, folks. Let's see. What if I get rid of this? Yeah, but we need that one on there. We have that, but that really neither of those should be causing any sort of real frame rate issues. Hold on, working on it, folks. We'll see if we can figure this out. Shut down source when not visible. Oh, that could be valuable. Let's try that. That might help a little bit. So, guys, we'll be back with the gameplay in a little bit. They are working on fixing the sound on the primary feed. So, you know what? If you guys have any questions, this is a good time. If you guys have questions, go ahead and ask me questions. This is a good time to ask questions if you have them. And I'll answer your questions as long as they're not, like, intentionally offensive questions. What's this tournament? This is the All-Stars Worlds. It's a bunch of the best players in the world, top-tier players from CRL, stuff like that, all coming here to battle it out for a huge prize pool. That's what it is. Let me see if there's more things I can shut down here that might help. We'll see. We'll see. Hold on. Ooh, boy, that didn't work out nicely. 1 second, folks. Gonna force that to quit. Get out of here with that noise. Yeah, get out of here with that. Oh, God, stop. Get out of here. My computer's very angry at me right now. Very angry. Why are you so angry? Can I make the force quit? Force quit? What's going on here? Can I make my force quit? Force quit? What is happening? Don't save. Just go away. Save that. Get out of here. What is happening? Hold on, guys. Waiting to see if we get our match. They're still working on the matches right now, so don't worry. You're not missing anything. You just have me sitting here trying to get this application to go away. Force quit. Get out of here. There we go. All right, I'm going to close a bunch of stuff here and see if that helps at all with this frame rate challenge that we are experiencing. Don't know if it will. Let's look at some of your chat questions right now. Are there any Turkish players in Nova? Maybe, I don't know. Let's see. Do I use Windows or Mac? I'm on a Mac, which is part of why the streaming thing is super annoying, because Macs are great for video editing, which is what I bought this computer for. Not as great for streaming, so I'm gonna have to upgrade or have a PC build as well for streaming. I've been gotten away with it for a while, but press Alt F4 to boost frames. Hilarious. Hilarious. Can I invite Mugi to your channel? I actually tried to recently, but you know, there's challenges in dealing with time zones. Rich, are you a full-time caster? Is it a part-time hobby? No, this has been full-time for a couple of years now. Any plans to visit India? I'd love to. Not right now, obviously, but I'd love to at some point. That'd be great. I'm actually, one of the things I'm really excited about, guys, I want to talk about things that I'm excited about the new CRL. And there are certainly some losses, right? Not having 2v2 is something that, in particular, I feel a lot, because I think 2v2 is one of the most compelling parts of Clash Royale League, and it's what makes the team format great. I love watching and casting 2v2. Andrew and I might be the two biggest 2v2 fans in all of Clash Royale. So that part I am really sad about. I'm sad about losing teams because the team aspect does add something to it. But one thing I'm really excited about with the new CRL, I think is really great, is that it's going to open up opportunities for areas and countries that don't get much opportunity in CRL for whatever reason it might be. And a lot of it is because an organization recruits from within its circle, right? An organization recruits within the players it knows, the players it has relationships with. And India is one of the biggest places for Clash Royale in the world. If you talk to a lot of Clash Royale YouTubers, India is either the #1 or #2 market in terms of viewership for so many Clash Royale YouTubers, myself included. I am really excited for the chance to sort of see if some of the players from the Indian community can break into CRL now with this new format and get some attention on the international stage, right? There have not been many Indian players who've gotten really a big main stage opportunity. So that's one thing I think is a real positive, potentially, for CRL, is countries and places that don't get much opportunity suddenly getting an opportunity. I think we're going to start seeing great players emerging or getting opportunities from places we've never seen before. So that's going to be, I think that's going to be really, really cool. And I'm very, very excited about it. B-Node. Vishal, yeah. Let's see. Let's go ahead and, man, even the chat is being weird today. Here we go. I think we're into another game here. Look at that. Look at that. Into another game here. Doesn't matter where you're from if you want to get into CRL. For example, Light from Egypt and join KX. Lawler, I disagree. I think that the one negative about CRL, and it's, let's see, are we going to get the, we still no sound still. So let's see. We'll see, keep working on that. Am I said the PewDiePie? Nope. Let's see. What up, what up? Good to see you guys. All right, here we go. More to the left-hand side. Royal Giant in response. And still no sound for some reason. What do I think of the Witch buff? I haven't played the Witch since the buff, but certainly might help. think that is the open of Sierra qualifies. A lot of players left the game because the opportunity players. The second one there, Fadi. I think that they did not. The pros who are retiring. I think some of them are retiring because of the format change. I think some of them are retiring because honestly, like when you're as an esports competitor, you have a short window where it's viable, right? You have on the high level 5 to 6 years maybe, and on the more average level 2 to 3 years, where that kind of grind it takes to be good at esports, and any esport, not just ours, really isn't is sustainable. And that's why you see so many guys do like 2 to 5 years as a competitor in any game, and then move primarily into content creation if they stay in gaming overall. So I think that's sound. Yeah, no, the sound issue. We're just not getting sound from the actual source here, so not sure what's going on there. I think we're not going to have game sounds today, unfortunately. So no, they did not change the format because pros left. Pros started leaving. Now some of the pros already knew that there was a format change coming, and that's why they left. But a lot of these pros, they're just burnt because it's hard to be this good this long. And like think of guys who already left beforehand, like Faye or C McHugh. A lot of guys who were just like, you know what? It's time for me to move on, while there was still a year or 2 years of CRL team format left. So I think some of these pros would have retired either way, even if the format didn't change. I think some pros were continuing to play a game that they gotten burnt out on because of their grind, because they had an income from it, right? And that maybe some of them might look back in the future and look at this as kind of a blessing where they feel okay to move on because they don't feel like they have to keep playing because it's an income source. So, I'll be curious to see how that all plays out. But no, the format was not changed because pros left. Pros left for a variety of reasons, and the format is changing. Yeah, the sound issue is technical from the main feed. Don't know what to do about that, folks. Nothing I can do here. Much love to India. That's for sure. I guess I could add in some other songs here, huh? What's that sound like? Let me take a look at some other songs I could add in here. Here we go. We will now be on a 3-song loop of acceptable for the stream music. That's what we'll do. Here we are. A nice little 3-song loop of music that I can play on a live stream. There are 32 players in this event, guys. Will Surgical Goblin ever return? Yoav, I don't think so. And honestly, and not even from a negative standpoint, from a positive standpoint, I hope that he doesn't to a certain degree, right? The nostalgia in me wants to see him play. And even if he could get back to being passionate to the same level where he'd be at his best gameplay, there's an old phrase, there's no going home again, right? Sometimes it's time for you to move on to the next thing, just for your own growth and development. And, a lot of people look at certain pros retiring and find it to be this really sad thing, and there's change is always sad, but growth isn't, right? And I think that I'm excited for a lot of these players to see what they do next, where they go with their next stage in life, their next step. So, I don't know. I think there's a lot of opportunity for a lot of these players. Oh, look at that. I think the frame rate's kind of okay here. Very interesting. All right, let's go take a look. Let's see if I can... Still trying to work out all the different pieces of this thing. And there you go. Here's the matchup information. How long is today's stream? Apparently it's going to be like 50 years. Spanish, please. Cello Designs. Go on Twitter and you can find the Spanish connect. The Spanish. Your app must be in English because if your app was in Spanish, then it would send you the Spanish feed. Was that your kid I heard? Maybe. I don't know. So let's see. No replay. Am I based in Montana? Not right now. Right now I'm in Texas. I'm a man of the world, guys. And by the world, I mean I'm a man of different places in America. So here we go. This is not currently updated. Is it currently updated? This is not currently updated, apparently. So that's interesting. Did the pros know about the new format before Supercell announced it? I think they knew parts of it. I think that was pretty clear. All right, well, this screen is not working. Joe, I can't fix the stream. I can do just what I can do, which is sit here and talk with you guys a little bit. Here we go. Next game. Game number 2 of Hajime and KK. Hajime splits wall breakers at the building. Alvarind, you can watch the gameplay, and I'll talk about the gameplay or changes or whatever. Minor wall breakers with delivery and archers. Lumberjack to pick up on the left-hand side. Omotaya, I am currently running Lumberloon Cycle with Ice Spirit. Back to Ice Spirit at the moment. Wall breakers left-hand or right-hand lane for Hajime. Fav put a lot of pressure on Hajime at this World Finals. And you could see it. He was wearing it on his face a whole lot. It was a stressful World Finals for him, for sure. Young man with big moments in front of him up against Ruben in that first match. Tried to pick up the Miner with the cage, does KK, but Miner goes to the inside spot. Hajime going to get some nice damage on that right-hand tower, plus the EQ at the end to add insult to injury. Minute 38 left. Hajime in a good spot, but now Royal Giant with Baby Dragon and the Brawler behind. RG does not get a shot, though. Baby Dragon will get one belch. That's about it, though. Minor wall breakers in, and that's a big and still a connection. A big overspend from KK to defend against that, and still the connection. That's a huge issue. Is Fisherman still a good option? I think Fisherman's still good, just not an overpowered tank anymore. EQ cycle from Hajime. KK sets up with his Royal Giant to the right-hand lane. 1177 on that right-hand tower. Kind of interesting, right? You think about the evolution of Royal Giant decks. This Royal Giant deck, in a lot of ways, not that dissimilar to where Royal Giant's been in the past, right? You have Lumberjack, Mega Minion, Baby Dragon, Lightning. A lot of the pieces that made the core of Royal Giant, especially the RG Furnace, when that meta was so huge in 2019. Miner on the right-hand side. Little elixir advantage right now for Hajime if he can maybe play the... Yeah, there you go. Knight to pick up the Baby Dragon. Well played here by the Japanese pro. Wall breakers opposite direction. Cage to pick up. A lot of the pieces are similar, right? You have the Electro Spirit in for... I mean, I guess the guards versus lumberjacks, but a better way to put it. But no furnace, instead cage, but also cage does create pressure. And this is almost a big moment. Instead, Hajime takes game number 2. We're going to game number 3. Looking at the matchup here, as you can see, again, this is what I'm suspecting, that we'll start seeing more interesting matchups because of the dual mode, making it so you can't build things out. Well, I can need a class CRL? Absolutely, Jakob. I'll cast CRL until they tell me to stop. Oh, both are Japanese pros. Yeah, good point. My voice is not so exciting today. Well, we have been kind of delayed here on some technical issues. What's my opinion on Royal Ghost? Well, it's pretty cool. No commentator? What do you mean no commentator? Adrian, I'm talking right now. Wait, who's this guy? I heard his voice before. Who's this guy? This guy is Rich Slayton, caster for Clash Royale League. Hi, folks. I'm Rich Slayton. Joining me today is nobody. Normally, it's Andrew Geimer. I look this way even though he's not actually there. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I do. So we want Andrew, the Royal Ghost guy. That's actually really funny. Will Moogie play? Moogie is playing in this event, but he is not playing today. So we will see him. Is the game sound coming? Not today, apparently. They tried to fix it. They couldn't figure it out, so they'll work on the... oh, thank you so much, Sandy. Mwah. Mwah, mwah. Thank you very much for the donation. Really do appreciate that. 1v1 with CWA. We've actually already done that. That is on my channel. Have you subbed to this channel yet? Normally things aren't laggy like this. And normally I don't stream here. Normally I stream on Twitch and I do VODs only on YouTube. But actually there's a BO5 between myself and Ash on this channel. Maybe I'll go ahead and find it for you guys. Let's go ahead and jump back into the gameplay here, folks. Who are my top 3 1v1 specialists? I mean, Ruben is pretty easy on that list. I mean, Ruben, Javi are two of my top top 3. Am I doing stand-up right now? I am not. Guards from KK. Interesting choice. Jakob, you can go on my channel and look up Rich Slayton Comedy. You can find more of my stand-up. Started stand-up in 2008. Door guy at the Comedy Store for 4 years. Here we go. Hajime going bowler, graveyard, freeze. Has to save that freeze because he knows what's coming on the right-hand side. I don't know if he has any way to stop any of this lava loon push. Yeah, look at that. Boom. Inferno Dragon, NATO, but that's still going to be a ton of damage here. Test fake, because it was fun. It was fun to pretend we were in the same room. Kind of give a little acting chops, you know what I mean? So look at this. KK going with the Tombstone in Lava Hound. Much love from Stars Elite fan. Thank you, Clasher Elmo. Do appreciate that. Much love back, right back at you. So already we're seeing a little bit more variety in the meta today. Although I think that this Bowler Graveyard Freeze deck might be one of the more popular decks that we'll see overall. Fireball gets the reset to the Lava Hound. Balloon just barely doesn't get. Look at this Bowler going ham on the bottom. One shot from the Bowler. 2 shots from the Bowler. 84 HP left. Hajime with no direct tower damage, though. So has to get at least a couple more hits here. Lava Hound on the right-hand side. Inferno in response. Balloon down low. And the Valk almost, but doesn't quite, get the kite on the Inferno Dragon. Defensive freeze has to come out. Valk will finish that tower, though. KK can try to double down on the right-hand side. I don't know if he'll be able to get it, though. He's not going to get it. What a defense out of Hajime. What a defense, and really it felt like it was going to be much harder for Hajime to finish that tower than it was for KK. Instead, opposite way around. And Hajime, the young man, takes the win. Elliot Krantz, what I mean is no significant direct damage, right? Graveyard has to actually get a skeleton actually has to connect for the graveyard to do its damage, right? So you can't just click it and there is damage on the tower. And then on the top, on the other part of it, freeze isn't significant direct damage. So a good point to say, yes, there is some direct damage, but no significant direct damage. And I wouldn't call the graveyard direct damage myself. I wouldn't put that in that category if we're talking about what is or isn't direct damage. That I would say that's not. But, you know, people have their own opinions, and they are welcome to them. Hajime with a nice win here. And we'll see about our next game. Hopefully our next game comes up pretty quickly. Yeah, NATO does damage too. You're right. Freeze and NATO both do direct damage. What I should have said was no significant direct damage, no big direct damage. But you're right. No appropriate cycle damage. Maybe a better way to say it. That might have been a better thing to say than what I said specifically. Why is E-Wiz nerfed for 2 seasons? Specifically to ruin your day. That's why. Every time a nerf happens and it's one of the cards that you have leveled up, it's to get after you. I know that seems harsh, but it's all about you. I can tell you got a chair from your kitchen, didn't you? Yeah, Owen, this isn't my house. I don't live here. I'm renting this house in Texas for a few months. I don't have my normal chair, my normal setup. I'm in the extra bedroom of this house I'm renting in Texas. So yeah, not my chair, not my table. Normally I'd be standing up while I cast this because I have an adjustable table that goes up and down. Instead I'm sitting down in this ridiculous chair. Look, me and Mo Light can go head to head on chair battles. He has the big gold chair. I have the chair that your grandma wouldn't let you sit in. So, were you practicing for your new Avengers role as the barista in Australia? You turned out to be a new supervillain. Not sure I get the joke, but good attempt. Is Logbait good this season? No idea. Like, how you guys doing? How's everyone doing? Would you should get the light golden chair. Yeah. Where in Texas? I am currently in Austin, Texas. I'll be back in Los Angeles. I head back in January. I'm there for about 6 months. Then I'll be in Northern California for about 2 or 3 months. And then I'm moving to Texas permanently. Are you casting anything else these days? I'm actually going to be casting an Apex Legends event on January 9th. And then, of course, some more Clash Royale in January, which will be fun. You want a BO5 because of my Balloon Cycle deck. Very cool, nobody. Nice work. Get Ash on the phone. Lazy boy, you just say all you do is type the same things. Can we get a mod to deal with the spam? I'm moving out of California. My wife's family is from Texas, and we're moving to be closer to my wife's family. So my son, who's 2 years old, here we go into our next game. And here's what a lot of you guys are here for. Ooh, boy, Benzer and Bale. Let's go. Yeah, Reek, go ahead and Google or look up on YouTube Rich Slayton Comedy, and you'll find it. Also, go to my YouTube page, and one of my, there's like a 7-minute or 8-minute clip there on my YouTube page. The $100 opens, I think, will be returning in January, assuming that there's a update coming that makes them work the way I want them to. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. For now, we're just going to be right here, looking like Cannon Cart Muskie Graveyard for Bale. Benzer feeling like it's going to be Royal Giant. Best small spell, in my opinion, is the Snowball. Graveyard into the right-hand side. Bar Barrel in response. Cage to pull up. Yeah, lots of E-Spirit today. I think that a lot of that is because of the rise in Inferno Dragon. Right? There's a lot of Inferno Dragon coming around right now. And you'll see the Electro Spirit, a cheap way. It's the cheapest reset. So there's some value there for it, enough to get you just a little bit extra damage on tower. And it makes sense a lot in Royal Giant decks, as you see this one here. And again, I know that some of the music is maybe a little bit... Wait a second, we've been going through it. We've done all the songs, right? It is actually going, not just playing one song. I didn't even listen, really. I'll keep an eye about it. Not Inferno, in your opinion, is why the... it's kind of like a small spell, too. Bats as well. Yeah, all good points. Inferno Dragon has been up a bunch. Bats have been up a bunch. A lot of good value targets for the Electro Spirit. $226 left-hand side. I get you, Parikh. Say something about 2v2 ladder. I don't know. 2v2 ladder would be nice. I don't know if it's coming. Would be cool, though. Or a competitive 2v2 mode would be cool. Oh, the music is rotating. Good. Bale trying to fight back into this one. 226 to 670. Bale needs to... Can he try to go for a block here? He just goes ahead and graves up. It has to go for a block here. Is Benzer that far away from lightning right now? Is Benzer really that far away from lightning? Oh, you see Bale was trying to get there. Man, Bale played that one close. 36 HP. 36 HP. Woo, boy. Bale did a good job there. Benzer was playing with fire. Can we get that Koth music from CRL West? Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah, unlucky one for Bale there. Bale had a good run for Dig this season. He was kind of the bright spot on Dig. Anand asking, how does the boosting of a card to King Tower level work? Can you explain? Well, whatever your King Tower level is, say your King Tower's level 12, and you have a card you haven't even upgraded at all, that card is automatically King Tower, your same level, so level 12, or level 13, or level whatever. Whatever level you're working with is the level it's going to be. Nothing yet. We'll be with that in just a moment. There's no set meta where I see some newer decks. Yeah, that's what I like about this. I think that the fact that I'm curious to see if a true meta does emerge. I think we're seeing some of those things happen. In particular, what we're seeing happen, the most interesting thing that we're seeing happen is certain decks that don't rely on a lot of big spells are currently really popular, right? We've seen that Bowler Graveyard Freeze deck a bunch today. I think that you might see more of that just because people have to be creative about how they play around those spells. Dark Prince getting in with an Ice Spirit and Archers. And Giant Skeleton with Zappies. So now we're starting to see some interesting variety. Inferno Dragon will burn that GS off pretty nicely. Graveyard in left-hand side. Dark Prince tanking. Zappy's right up in the middle of it. So RG, Giant Skeleton, Zappies with Electro Spirit. So some interesting things that we're seeing. Slow mode would help, I suppose. Oh, you guys want me to put slow mode on the chat? So someone will get really angry about it if that happens, right? It's how the whole thing works. I don't really know the... I'll be very honest. I don't really know the new YouTube streaming setup. I haven't played with it very much, and I don't find it to be super duper user friendly. Oddly enough. They said it's supposed to be crazy user-friendly, and I find it to be actually more obtuse. So I'm looking, and I don't even see where you put slow mode on at the moment. So, you know, who knows? Who the heck knows? Yeah, I don't even see it. Is there a Spanish stream? Yeah. EQ not going to get on the bomb tower. Yeah, Most Bosa, just not on Twitch today. I should be on tomorrow. Still no sound. Yep, we know. So one of the interesting things about this is that the supporting card variety has shifted drastically, but we are still seeing some of a lot of the same concepts, right? We're still seeing Royal Giant with Fisherman. We're still seeing Graveyard. But that's also going to be, there are win conditions that are popular. What's interesting about this is I don't think we've seen Hog yet. We haven't seen Ram Rider yet. Haven't seen Electro Giant yet. Haven't seen X-Bow yet. Haven't seen Battle Ram yet. Have seen some Balloon, but only in Lava Hound decks. You're building a disc golf basket. Dope, Ghost. It's a labor of love. Hope it goes well. Haven't seen Bait yet. That's right. Haven't seen Skeleton Barrel yet. Curious to see how things evolve as players get more used to it. This is the first tournament with duels. I am at least enjoying so far that we're seeing a lot of different overall construction, even if we're seeing a lot of the similar themes. Final 30 seconds, 14-14 to 18-09. Zappy's Barb Barrel have so far been pretty good on this defense for Bale. Royal Giant will escape a lot of that burn here. And again, the EQ just right in front, not even trying to go for the bomb tower with those EQs is Bale, but is ahead for the moment. And Bale will hold on to get a nice win over Benzer Idell. Or Riedel. Benzer. Feels like you're watching replay because of the music. Yeah, I know. There's a problem in the production side of it, and for some reason we are not going to have sound today. Today's been a bit of a journey, maybe is a good way to say it. Yeah, I don't even see where the controls are on the new YouTube streaming thing. They got rid of their old streaming integration, and it was really, really easy to use in my opinion. Gino, what's up, brother? Yes, there's supposed to be battle sound, Volush, and Knuckles. We're just having a technical problem. Let's see. Thoughts on Mega Knight. It's big and has two huge fists. That's my thoughts on Mega Knight. YouTube was down today. Siger, I have no idea what the list of the gameplay is today. It's somewhere. If you go to... you know what? Let me actually try to figure this out here for a second. Maybe I can get you guys a little something. Give me 1 second, folks. One moment, people. Let's see if I can find a way to find something here for you. All right, here we go. Game number 3. And while that's happening, I am going to go ahead and try to find... where's my buddy Andrew? Probably at his house is my guess. We're not always together, guys. We're not always together. Let me go ahead and see if I can figure out where the... Oh, by the way, guys, while I'm looking for it, I'm going on Twitter to find the Twitter account for the event. But while I'm looking at Twitter, let me go ahead and give you guys the link to this. If you guys do want to get one of those cool Supercell boxes that has the Baby Dragon plushie and all the cards and the stickers, like the only way to get that Supercell stuff anymore, I'm having a contest on Twitter right now. So you can go ahead and jump on it there. I mean, you are actually watching a community event, Tesfaye. This is a community event. Get Dippets back on call. Yeah, one of these days. Romario, please music. Yeah, I'm not in control of that. There's something wrong with the production where the game sounds are not coming through. Don't know what to do about that exactly. Do I think Graveyard is OP? Maybe. Not entirely sure. B-Rad on my channel. Will be fun. Let's see. Yeah, so if you go ahead and check out that Twitter, that tweet, there's where I'm running a contest where you can win one of those baby dragons and a bunch of other stuff too. I think that this is interesting. The Goblin. I'm gonna watch this. I'm actually really interested in this game right now because first of all, minor wall break. Oh, we have seen wall breakers today. Good to know. But Goblin Giant, I think, might be a secret winner from these recent balance changes. Goblin Giant is really, it does a lot more damage. And it's interesting to see Goblin Giant double Prince here out of Bale. I played against Goblin Giant Sparky, and what I found defending against Goblin Giant Sparky was it seemed like it was much harder to defend Goblin Giant Sparky in the same lane than it had been in the past. So that was interesting. Good log value there for Benzer. All you want for Christmas is Molt versus Ruben. You want to see Molt lose that badly? Wallbreaker's right-hand side. Prince will take care of one, but I don't think we'll get to there. No, does just in time. So this is where things start getting really dangerous for Benzer. Look at that. Just double Prince's the right-hand lane. Zaps off the bats, and the bats are getting tanked for, forcing the fireball out. Benzer on his back foot right now. Miner in to the front this time. Wall breakers should get one connection, and they do. But this is where double Prince overall, whether it's Giant double Prince or now Goblin Giant double Prince, which might be stronger with the changes here. Look at that. Fireball in. Dark Prince got over the 100. Nice sequence here by Bale. I think Bale's got this. Yeah, that's going to be a GG. Well played. Bale takes the best of three. Very, very nicely played by Bale. Very, very nicely played by Bale. Now the question is, does anybody here know how to turn on how to do slow-mo for the chat in the new YouTube system? Because new YouTube, not as good as old YouTube, in my opinion. I don't like the new thing as much as I liked the old thing. Where can I see the bracket? Yes. Okay, let me go back to Twitter here for a second, guys. And let me find the Twitter for this event. Where is it? Let's see. Okay, here's where we'll go. Here we go. That's their Twitter account. All right, so guys, here is the Twitter account for the event. All of your information will be there in all languages. So there you go. There's your Twitter account for the event. And that should have everything for you. All the things, I believe, will be there. Let me go ahead and make myself a little hotkey here for you guys, so I can just throw that in there. Wow, my computer is angry. Why are you so angry, computer? Let me go ahead and throw in a little chat message thing here so I can hotkey this and get you guys all the stuff you want whenever you want it. I have no idea how TV Royale works, actually, Anand. I actually don't know how most of the things in the game work, other than the game. I just talk. All I do is talk. I say things for a living. Man, my computer is angry with this setup of theirs. Well, let's go back to the feed here. That'll make my computer be a little bit less angry for a minute. Yeah. Man, it does not like the my camera shot. All event info. Boom. There you go. So there's one nice little hotkey thing. Here we go. I'm giving you guys some hotkeys, folks. And I will hit you up with a bunch of them. Where are you? Other YouTube things. There you are, YouTube. And there you go. So any event info you want. Let's see if that works. Boom. All event info right there. Loving it. Here we go. This is the match a lot of you guys wanted to see. Mohamed Light versus Igor. Best of 3, dual mode. This is one that's got me fired up. Looking like Light is going to be going with Hog EQ. Hog EQ triple spell. And I think this version will be the dominant version. It's been the dominant version of Hog EQ lately anyway because of just some shifts in the meta. And that delivery giving a little bit more value defensively. But I think this will be the dominant version of Hog EQ that exists within dual mode because it does not use 3 spells. Or, yes, it does, but it does not use 3 spells that have offensive potential. And it saves a snowball for other spells. The delivery doesn't fit into a lot of decks. This is one of them. So, of the Hog decks that will be played, I think this will be the most popular one. Mohamed Light is from Egypt, that's correct. These are just 3 friendly battles, Martique being played with dual rules applied by the league. Royal Giant left-hand lane for Igor. We'll see if he fish boys behind. Decides not to. High bomb tower for Light will work. Do I think dual mode is the future competitive Clash Royale? Wall, 100% I do. I do believe so. Fish Boy behind the Royal Giant. Log to kick things back a little bit. The bomb tower is going to be a key factor here for Mohamed, and so far using it perfectly. This is an interesting conundrum here for Igor. He does have the King Tower activation already, but he would love to be able to save Fish Boys as much as possible offensively. And look at that. Nice. Lightning. Not that nice, actually. 2016 on the left-hand lane. Igor does have the lead with 19 seconds left. We'll see if Mohamed decides to go ahead and push Hog behind this. Getting past both the Cage and the Fisherman and the Hunter on top of that is going to be pretty hard for him. Personally, Fred the name is better than Fred the card. I feel that, Foot Royale. RG to the left-hand lane. Goblin Brawler up in front, Fisherman behind. And now you see this time Light having to go low with the with the bomb tower. You know what? I'm wondering if I can... No, because it's not set up for this graphics package. Hey, Night Owl, how are you? Yeah, my face isn't on while I'm casting. I'll be on in between. Guys, Night Owl in the chat. Go check out his channel. You can click on his thing, I think. I think you just click on his face there. Too pretty to be shown. I don't distract everyone from the gameplay, guys. If my beautiful face is on screen during the gameplay, he was gonna watch the game. Fireball in. Hunter gets moved back a little bit. Hog does not connect. Lightning doesn't get the bomb tower here. Does get on tower, but I don't know if that Lightning really does what he wanted. Igor in trouble now. 34 seconds left. Light in a good spot from a spell cycle perspective, going Fireball rather than EQ, which is interesting. I'm a bit surprised he went Fireball rather than EQ. Wonder if he's saving Earthquake for a Royal Giant deck. That's a distinctive possibility here for Light. Here we go. Final 19 seconds. Log to the left-hand lane. Igor goes high with the Royal Giant. Fisherman is distracted. Cage to get the Hog. Igor needs to cycle back around one more time here if he's going to have any chance of winning this game. Lightning doesn't get much value, though. Royal Giant not going to be available. He needed to go Royal Giant and not that Lightning. Couldn't get it through. GG, well played. Light takes game number 1. Night Owl has 2021 dreams. Yeah, finals. The World Finals 2020 were great, Wall. I enjoyed the heck out of them, despite the distance. Yeah, Anand, we'll be back with this event again tomorrow, hopefully with fewer technical difficulties. For all your event info, you can go ahead and hit the link that's in the chat right now. I'm going to go ahead and do some more little links here as well. Give me a second. Ruben doesn't know what's coming. I don't even know what that means here, guys. And let's see. Oh, you know what? I actually wanted to put that over here. Here we go. Next game should be coming up in just a moment, guys. Give me 1 second. Just checking on something. Or getting something sorted is a better way to put it. As we're trying to get everything work. Can you say Javi Catorce? Hey, Ashwin, yeah. I certainly can. I most certainly can say Javi's name. Love saying it. And I'm excited that I'll be able to say it a little bit more here in this event. That's going to be pretty cool. Let me go ahead and do this. Just getting some things arranged here. Trying to cope with the challenges of today. Boom. There we go. All right, I think we're in pretty good shape here, folks. Waiting on game number 2 in just a moment. And here we are back to... Oh, as soon as I transition to here, back in the game. Let's go. There's my face for you, Knight. There's a quick face. There's a quick face for you. Knight, I know. All you want to see is my beautiful face. I get it. Bats right into that from Igor. Seems like it's not going to work out. Does stop the push from crossing the bridge. Snowball cycle to the opposite lane. EQ cycle for Light. And this is what I thought. It's going to be Royal Giant EQ for Mohammed Light. So that's interesting here, guys. Yeah, it's weird without sound. I know, guys. We can't... I called RGEQ, guys. Boom. Thank you, Light Sama, for acknowledging my great call. This makes... from a casting perspective, dual mode is really fun. Because the idea to try to prognosticate decks and combinations when you see certain things happen. From a caster's perspective, I think that this is actually really cool. Yeah, Mohammed won game number 1. The score should be back up here in a minute. Mortar right-hand lane picked up by the Giant Skeleton. Other than CR Caster did another job. Yes, CR Casting has paid the bills for the last couple of years, but I'm also a producer. I've produced events for Super League Gaming. And I'm also the head of production or production manager, whatever title you want to give it, for AMG, for CWA and Powerbanks Company. So, produced events for YouTube, for PUBG, hopefully some other big stuff coming in 2021 that you guys will be excited about. But yeah, I am also a producer. And I was doing a lot more comedy, and then, you know, obviously 2020 made that a bit of a difference. But stand-up comedian, yeah. But not so much of that right now. I wish we had game sounds too, guys. There's some problem in the production studio because we are not spectating inside of my app. I mean, we could just completely switch off of their feed, and I could spectate inside the game and go off of my own overlay. We could do that. We just wouldn't have any of their stuff. So you wouldn't have any of their graphics and things like that. How do you know that Muhammad Light has a golden chair? Because it was in his camera for all of CRL East. My favorite deck right now is Lumberloon Cycle with Ice Spirit. That's a nice giant skeleton there from Light. Yeah, I'm not producing this, guys. That's a good point. Problem with production, I'm not producing this one. I'm just casting this one. RGEQ left-hand side, giant skeleton getting deep in on the right-hand side. 874 to 940 with a minute 25 left. My personal best trophies, Martique, is around 6.3. And Minor Snowball does not get on tower. That's a big expenditure to not actually get the tower damage here, and that might be the end for Igor in this game. For any and all information, take the link that is right there. Add your spectators under layer underneath the feed and turn on your sound only. The only problem with that, Night Owl, is that the clean feed and the spectator wouldn't be, like, the clean feed probably is delayed relative to the spectator. That's the only info. I mean, I can bring it up on my phone and see if they're at all close to each other. But my guess is the answer to that question is an absolute no. Let's find out, though. I will open up... Wait, what the heck? Oh, that's the wrong... That's why. I was like, that's the wrong app. Morton is not playing because he knew that you wanted to see him play. He wanted to make you feel sad. That's why, Yash. He said... He actually messaged me. He said, Rich, I would play in this tournament, but there's this guy, Yash, who really wants to see me play, and all I want is to make him feel bad. So I'm not going to play... in order to make Yash miss me more. And then maybe I'll come back and play in the future until, absence makes the heart grow fonder. That's what he said. He texted me, said that. And, it seems harsh, but, the greats are mercurial, like the ocean. You never know which way the winds will blow and the currents will flow. So, good luck out there is all I can say. Let's go ahead and take a look at the matchup from that one. And that was pretty good there for old Light. OP Sam and Javi will be playing. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Yeah, guys, all of the info will be right here. So go there. I'm going to see if I can figure out this game sound situation. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that the clean feed is going to be behind the gameplay, the in-game play. What does sample size mean? Fishfly, that's a great question. Sample size means the number of games that were played with that matchup to give that data. So if the sample size says 10, that means 10 total games gave you that win-loss rate. If it was 150, and of course, the bigger the sample size, the more reliable the data is. Up to a certain point, right? Like 1,000 games is pretty good sample. It's pretty equal to 2,000 games. But like 10 games is not a very reliable sample size. That might be one guy playing one grand challenge with that deck, for example. So, yeah, sample size can be important. What did Nate Johnson say? What's his right move? Let me go back. What did Nate Johnson do? If Night Owl is signing off. Oh, chasing that YouTube money with clickbait. Hilarious. Sound EM. Yeah, I'm trying to sort it out, guys. There's just what I'm wondering is if maybe I'm trying to figure out if there's another solution here that that could be helpful. But so what I'm going to do, let me go ahead and pop this out here for a sec. Let me go ahead and pop this out here for a second. We're going to see if this will work. One more question. Rich, can you tell me why B-Rad does not participate in such tournaments? Because he's content creating now. Because being a competitor is really stressful, guys. It's really stressful. Like, no matter what you're competing in, being a competitor is a lot of pressure. It's a lot of work. It's a different kind of work. And eventually you go, how much do I want to compete versus want to like be able to live my life, right? These pros, they're playing if they're competing at a level that's like actually to the top, they're playing between 6 and 10 hours a day, right? How long can you maintain that and still have a life? So you do 2 or 3 years of competitive Clash Royale at a high level, then you go, you know what? I'd like to have a relationship, or you know, maybe I want to play on a rugby team, or maybe I want to learn how to play the guitar, or maybe I just want to sleep more, whatever it might be. And doing anything at the top level is so hard to do. Let's see, declined the invite. You made these gameplay sound so interesting. Oh, thank you, Mode. Let's see. I'm going to see how close the gameplay is, the sound is the gameplay on screen. We'll find out in a minute here. But my guess is that the delay on the clean feed is enough that I can't spectate it in game for the sound and then have the clean feed. Well, IDK for most games, that's the case. So, you know, I might do a little video on my thoughts on sort of the evolution of Clash Royale into 2021. Let's see. How far behind? Here we go. Game is going to be starting here in a second. Yeah, I don't really know how to add the delay on a sound layer, but we should be getting gameplay here in a moment because gameplay is on my phone. So let's see. We're 15 seconds in on my phone. I'm the best caster. Thank you, Dante's Inferno. I appreciate all of your levels. Where is... Is it this far behind, really? So, yeah. What the hell does that mean? I'm using the Audio Technica BPHS1. Oh, yeah, that's like a 30-second difference between the in-game and the clean feed. So, I can't use it that way. Commentate next match with a Scottish accent. It's kind of hard not to when you go ahead and put about £5 on it. How can I say no? Even if it might turn off some of the audience who's watching here. Giant skeleton in the left-hand lane. The skeleton barrel behind. It's going to be a clone deck from Belican, and this is one of the things that you might expect out of Belican. And we're talking about dual mode in particular. You have to figure out when he's going to play that clone. And do your absolute best to try to find a good matchup at the right time. So here we go on one side. The Englishman, which I kind of support an Englishman winning at any time, so that's good. Thunderstruck in here trying to enjoy the best that he can. And honestly, putting on the Scottish accent for this one might actually be a nerf to Belican in this one. And I kind of be upset if an Englishman loses. So they'll put this one at least for this game. Give Javi Catorze a bit of support. Now, Blake Costello, calling me a ginger is almost fighting words. Big clone on the left-hand side. Barbell should be available. Oh, that skeleton bomb will clean everything up. Scotland forever. And take a look at that. The Clash Royale Esports channel. Knows a good Scottish accent when I hears one. Ain't that right, Thunder? Barbarian Barrow should be back. Easy cleanup there for Javi. Not quite sure what Javi's plan is. Might be going with the Goblin Giant here. My expectation West, East, and Scotland. I'd be fine with that. You gotta get Motic in here as well. Now, Donnie asked me to do my Irish accent next time around. Zap, zap, right in the middle. Cannon cart trying to break through. Can't it get all the way in? Trying to cast in a foreign accent is actually quite hard. Because that little bit of extra focus that you try to put on to make sure you don't miss any of the proper inflections, you lose it for a second when you're trying to actually use your cognitive abilities. 15:32, left-hand lane. Final minute approaching. Might we see Javi actually pull the trigger on a little bit of offensive pressure? The giant skeleton is just such an absolute menace. So Graveyard, double Prince. You know, it's such an interesting combination, right? Because you feel like Graveyard, Musk, obviously. But double Prince makes you kind of feel like it's not going that direction until the very end, but... Duel mode. Feeling like the end just a bit. Does Javi go into the right-hand lane, or does he double down on the left? Double down. Double? Double? Here we go. Graveyard Poison left, right-hand side. Not going to do it. And quite unfortunately for everyone who's of a proper British heritage, the Englishman takes a win here. And that's it for my attempt at casting in a Scottish accent, folks. I'm Rich Slayton. Thank you very much for coming, and thanks very much for playing. Casting in a foreign accent is real difficult, but I've done it a few times. Now, like I said, don't be asking me to do it in my Irish accent next time around. Now do my Arnold. I'm not that much of a hack. Jeez. Shout out to Clash Royale Esports for stopping into the stream. For hanging out, being a part of the family. You thought I was native. All right, so game number 1 goes to Belly. You knew Clone was coming, and I do think that Belly's one of the guys. Where's the face cam? Let's go right here. Boom. Here's the face cam. I do think that Belly is one of those guys who will. Sorry, it's just me dying. I do think that Belly's one of those guys who will benefit from the dual mode system, right? Hey, hi Clash Royale Esports. I think I know who's over there, but there you go. And you blew a kiss back to me. Oh, thank you. I think Belly will benefit from this system, from this structure. And a lot of it's because he's always been a good theory crafter, a good deck builder. And the more information that he gets, the better he becomes. He's been one of the best guys with like complicated and complex ban systems. And of course, what we just saw there is that Clone is similar to talking about Graveyard Freeze, right? Clone also doesn't require that you burn Fireball or Poison or Lightning, or one of the primary big damage-dealing offensive spells. So Clone has its viability, as we just saw. Hey, CR Esports, do a face reveal. That is the CR Esports face. It's got the blue beard and crown and stuff. So Piggies with Royal Ghost. Belly looking pretty defensive here. Belly might be going Graveyard this time around. And it's feeling more and more like that. And if this is Graveyard for Bellican, no Poison, obviously, for Javi. We want Andrew and Rich versus Opie, Sam, and Morton. Why? You want to see a dead body? Mega Knight doesn't leap in. Well controlled here by Belly. And Royal Hogs picked up. I think this could be pretty rough here for Javi. He has to find some way to overwhelm here. Amazing Vicent. Rich, you were awesome on CWA. Hey, I had a lot of fun with Ash. We always have fun hanging out and talking. We don't get to do it as much as we'd like. But hopefully we'll do more of that on his channel. And maybe I'll get him to come on mine again. RBO5 was legendary. The Schmo versus Schmo match on my YouTube channel. Or you can go ahead and find the subscribe link right there if you guys haven't subbed to this channel yet. Royal goes to the left-hand side, Fishboy to the right, Mega Knight behind, Graveyard in for Belly. I don't know what Javi's game plan is for dealing with these graveyards in the long run. I don't have a German accent, Yoav. I should work on one, though. It feels like I should work on one. With how good Sam and Morton are, I feel like the German community deserves me to have a German accent, right? I should have done Russian when Igor was playing. Baby Dragon right-hand side. Flying Machine in response. So Skeleton Dragons are probably the best response for Javi, unless he wants to do this and go for counterattacks. So this is actually nice for Javi, but how does he get through? Royal Hogs are almost an afterthought in this matchup. Has to try to get that. And look at that. The Royal Ghost escapes left-hand side. NATO's all that together, but that's going to be a lot of damage in the left-hand lane. And just like that, in sudden death overtime, suddenly the lead swings to Javi Catorce. And now, this is where Javi can just force the conversation to be over here as much as humanly possible. Has to control that Baby Dragon, does with the Fisherman. And that's a nice snowball out of Javi. Good recovery by Belly. Using that Tornado. That was a nice little back and forth bit of action there. Royal Ghost gets on tower with the Flying Machine behind. This time Pigs to the left-hand side. And that's just to force Elixir expenditure. That was not even about getting on tower, folks. That was just about trying to force Belly to put some action that direction so he could better defend against the graveyard. Belly has one lane, Javi has two. Javi does have the lead, though. 10-20. Now Pigs again to the left-hand side. This one's trying to force out a bit more. Fireball in, trying to get enough room, and boom. Flying Machine does not get on tower, though. Final 42 seconds. A good graveyard push put on the right-hand side here, and now Mega Knight in for Javi. Bomb Tower going to be perfectly in cycle for this next round of Piggies. Poison High out of Belican here against the Flying Machine. And you see those Skeleton Dragons come in the middle here. Man, the NATO work from Belly has been really nice in this game. That's been the winner for Belican here, is the NATO work. Fireball in on the right-hand side. Javi gives the good game. It's hard to beat Belly in a system where you have more information. Belly is one of those guys, not everyone totally benefits from it. Not everyone gets the same benefit, let's put it this way. But of people who get a big buff when you have a more restricted deck building system, whether it be bans, whether it be dual mode, whatever it might be, Belican is one of those guys who benefits the most because of his approach to the game, because of the way he thinks about deck building, the way he thinks about theory, and the way he thinks about matchups. He's always been, you've talked to pros, they'll tell you that he's one of the best guys when you have more complex information-based systems to restrict the game, whether it's bans or whatever. Pretty consistent commentary on Belican's work. If you want more information overall on what's happening today and on the event, all of it's available at the Twitter account I just linked for you, Copa Brasileira? Man, I should learn how to say that. All your information is there, and of course, you guys can follow me on Twitter as well. And I do have an event going right now. If you go on my Twitter, it's at the third tweet down. There's a contest to win one of those super cool Supercell prize. I'm giving away 10 Supercell prize boxes with that Baby Dragon in there. To celebrate the 1 million subscribers for the Clash Royale Esports YouTube page. So go to my Twitter, go like 3 or 4 tweets down. You retweet, you follow me on Twitter, and you're automatically going to be one of the people who could win. And I'm giving away 10 boxes. You want that baby dragon plushie? That cute little snuggly baby dragon? Only way to get it is these cool giveaways. So why is it Javi 14 instead of Javi 14? Because 14 is 14 in Spanish. And Javi speaks Spanish. I mean, he speaks English too, but he's from Spain. So I'm just saying his name in his native language. There you go. Boom. You don't have Twitter? Crash Bandit. Get some Twitter, man. Get some Twitter. You know, you don't have Twitter? Well, you can follow, you can subscribe to me here on YouTube. There's no giveaway for that right now, other than all the awesome content I'm giving away every day. What's up? You can get that there too. I don't have a German accent, guys. Stop asking me for an accent that I don't have. You're making me feel self-conscious. Log giveaway. When? I don't have a log to give away. But I do have 10 Supercell boxes with plushies, stickers, pins, cards, a box that it comes in. Buffmack's face during matches. Buffmack has one of the most fun faces to watch during Clash Royale. That's 100% for sure. Why Morton is not playing? I don't know if you guys know this, but Morton has gone off into the woods to build himself a cabin where he's going to meditate for the next 6 months and try to harness his chi to not. It's not for Clash Royale. He's just really into chi. He'll come back and play more, but for the next 6 months in a cabin in the woods, trying to harness his chi and find ways to direct it to different things. He's become a monk now. He shaved his head. Actually looks good on him, shockingly enough. You'd think that Morton would look bad with a shaved head. Looks phenomenal. So that's why Morton's not playing, guys, because he's off in the woods right now meditating. If you're a break time battle when you don't need that. Yeah, good point. Did I celebrate Logmas? No, I celebrated Logmaka because I am Jewish. Fire, let's go. What is it, night 5? Is it day 5 right now? I think it's day 5. So, yeah. What did I get for Hanukkah this year? I got myself a new disc golf disc. A 173.5 gram Champion plastic Roadrunner. Nice turnover driver. So I can throw that backhand and have it glide out, which is really nice. And, dude, you are getting timed out for being gross. You're in timeout for being gross. Disc golf is super fun, guys. Yeah, I've played quite a bit. Hope to see Mad Scientist versus Clone Saint. I like that. Yeah, disc golf is the best, and I'm currently in Texas, which is like the best. I grew up in California. I've been in California my entire life. Only time I ever lived anywhere else was I lived for a year in Scotland. Shout out Edinburgh. Shout out Thunderstruck. But I'm living in Texas right now for a few months, and the disc golf here is phenomenal. Like, I've never seen anything like this. The community here is amazing. Some of the coolest courses. Really amazing. Really amazing scene here. Rich reading a 1K viewers chat. What a legend. I'm waiting for the game. Waiting for the next game. Who's in the tournament? There you go, Andres. All the information that you could possibly want about this tournament is at that Twitter account right there. Get it. Have I had any serious political debates? No more than normally I would. I'm in Austin. Austin's as California as Texas gets. They got good barbecue, though. Texas barbecue. I'm sorry. Texas barbecue beats all other American barbecue, and the only thing that comes close to that is Brazilian barbecue, the Churrascaria, that Brazilian steakhouse stuff. But Texas barbecue is what's up. I'm all about it. Give me that brisket. Extra moist. Who's next? I'm not entirely sure. I'm waiting just like you guys are. But yeah, no, I'm a Californian through and through, that's for sure. But Texas ain't bad, though. Ain't none too bad. Waiting for our next game here. The best caster on the planet. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, here we go. Guys, let's go. Sweep and Ruben head-to-head. Ruben, of course, the Clash Royale League World Champion with Team Queso. Sweep, part of the number 4 in the world, Pain Gaming. And guys, you see that hashtag Crown the King? Your tweet can end up on there if you tweet to that hashtag, Crown the King. If you see that on the screen right now, go ahead, tweet something at Crown the King. Maybe you'll make it up here on stream. Sweep with Mega Knight, Royal Giant, and Ruben going with some aggressive RG cycle. Fishboy pulls to the middle. That brings Mega Knight over, but not quite because Ruben has a Fishboy of his own. Royal Giant, Royal Ghost, the RG going to town on the left-hand side, 908, and Ruben didn't just bloody sweeps nose. He might have broken it. Let's take a look as the pigs split here. Ruben very low on Elixir and still manages to mitigate almost all of that damage. My word, Ruben is pretty good at this. I think he should play professionally. Royal Ghost left-hand lane, picked up by the Zappies. And Ruben's just going to go ahead and take the one zap. No zap. All right, well, he knew better than I. First 2 minutes away, and so far it's been all Ruben. Elixir even, damage is not. The Spaniard gets aggressive at the bridge one more time. And look at that, picking up the Fisherman perfectly. Fireball gets in. I mean, what does Ruben do wrong in this game? It's crazy how good he is. It's crazy how good Ruben is at Clash Royale. Sometimes it just seems like a thing that you wouldn't, that doesn't make any sense. What a crazy, crazy good performance. Here we go. Pig's left-hand lane. Fireball to work on those. Doesn't worry about the flying machine because it was distracted. What's great about Ruben, besides, I mean, obviously the excellent micro on the offensive side, is how much he does with so little defensively. And Sweep just has to wave the white flag here. That was just brilliantly played by Ruben. Brilliantly, brilliantly played by Ruben. Nice work. Nice work. Excellently played. Excellent performance. Yeah, I mean, Vincent, you could call Ruben a sweat. You could also call him a world champion. And if a sweat wins you a world championship, it's not a sweat anymore. It's a world championship. So, you know, take it as you will. He's basically the, like... Yeah, Maximilian, we don't have gameplay sound because of the production issue. Sorry. Ruben's insane. Ruben's insane. Ruben's insane. Guys, all information you could possibly want about this tournament, you can find at the Twitter account I just linked. Look in chat right now. If you want information on what the upcoming matches are, etc., that's all there. So go check it out. All I'm going to do is be here and cast games and talk to you guys, answer some questions. Throw on some slick shades. Check this out. Check these bad boys out. Ooh, yeah. Check out these bad boys. Ooh, they're keen a little bit, too. That's kind of fun. Right? These are nice. Dude, I got to say, I make these look good. Also, they look good. Ooh, hold on. Where are my... These are my... shameless plug. Wait. Hold on. Where'd they go? Where are my professional respawners? Yeah, looking good. Looking good in the gooders. Am I looking gooder? Right, where is it? Looking gooder. Where'd my professional respawners go? I have so many glasses on my table now because they hooked me up big time. Here we go with our next game. Boom. Ruben Sweep, game number 2. Let's get it. Yash, you can get those yourself. Hold on. I'll send you the link to their Twitter account here, and that will give you the link to to where you can actually buy them. Gooder is the name. They're a company I'm very friendly with. They sent me a bunch of glasses because they know I'm a huge fan, and they just launched a whole gaming line. So there you go. Not an ad. They didn't pay me for that. They gave me a bunch of sunglasses, and I'm happy to tell everyone about how dope the sunglasses are. Balloon left-hand side. Ruben going Miner Giant Skeleton Loon up against Lava Miner. And that's a nice big balloon connection. Assad, I have linked. Here's where all the information is. All your information is right there, bud. There you go. Boom. Yeah, that miner was nicely picked up here. Ruben more like Nubin is hilarious. Lava Miner arrows for sweep. Arrows feel like kind of a gamble, don't they? When they're dope, they're dope. They're still a good spell in general, but... And that balloon connects nice and easily. Big lava, and he does not want that Inferno Dragon to get in front, and it does. Not what Sweep wanted out of that sequence there. Wanted the Inferno Dragon to get behind the Lava Hound. Yeah, no. Ruben... It's getting harder and harder to say that Ruben belongs in the greatest player of all time conversation. There's no question he belongs in that conversation. Where he lands in that conversation is yet to be determined, but it's getting harder and harder to say he isn't the greatest of all time. It's getting harder and harder to say that, and it's getting harder and harder to say that the level he plays at, that anyone's ever played at this level. To be this good at this challenging stage in Clash Royale. And what do I mean by that? People talk a lot about how much matchup is a factor in Clash Royale, and it is. That's absolutely sure. Somehow Ruben is still was at over 70% in CRL despite all that. Somehow he's still this good despite all those challenges in front of him. Ruben's the best player at the hardest time to be the best player. And that's something really special. Ruben is nutty. Ruben is absolutely nutty. And there's just no other way to put it. Oh, that's the wrong... Let's get rid of that. There we go. That's the one that I want. The main thing is how long you can keep it up. Yeah, maybe Balthasar. But in terms of the... let's put it this way. Whether you think he's greatest of all time or not is one question. Is he the best player? I think it's hard. Like, whether his resume means greatest of all time is... Let's separate that from whether or not he is the best Clash Royale player on the planet and whether or not his gameplay is the best we've ever seen. So let's separate those two things. Greatest of all time means that you have to have... Like, the whole resume is a big part of that, right? But, Steven... Yeah, you've asked a lot about that. I'm excited to see what Morten does in 2021 because Morten has more heart than anybody in this game, and I'm excited to see what he does to continue on. Let me go ahead. I'm going to take care of something here really quickly because I just realized that I want one of these matches for future content. So let me go ahead and get some recording going on my phone so that I make sure I have it saved. So I don't know if it's fair yet to call Morten the greatest of Ruben the greatest of all time. But I think that the gameplay we're seeing from him right now is the best gameplay we've ever seen. I think that you can take Ruben at almost any time in his Clash Royale career, competitively speaking, and his gameplay is second to almost nobody. And yeah, Morten and Ruben is a hard conversation, but I'll put it this way. What Ruben did at World Finals was astounding. Ruben's carry throughout this whole Western campaign and into World Finals is legendary stuff. That you can't plan to be that good. His game, yeah, and Samus, it's not necessarily fair to say he's the greatest of all time, and that there's certainly an argument about that. He's on pace to be the greatest, and his gameplay is the best for sure. And that's the thing, is I think his gameplay is second to none. Actually, I just released a little short video about LCOP today on my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. YouTube Shorts. So if you're watching on phone, it's actually in portrait mode. A little 1-minute video on one of LCOP's plays from this last World Finals. So here we go, 6-man split for Boss. Air Surfer's be happy to have that Mega Knight, but does he have a way to deal with that Inferno Dragon High? Would Ruben beat Prime Surgical Goblin? I think so. I think so. Again, there's like not a lot of people. There's nobody who I would say if you put Ruben up in a best of 5 against them, or if you put Ruben in a best of 5 of 5. If you put Ruben in 5 best of 5s against any other player in the history of Clash Royale, there's nobody I would say has a distinctive advantage over Ruben. There's nobody I would go, oh yeah, I would definitely bet on that person over Ruben. There are players who I'd be like, man, I don't know how that goes. But there's no one that I would say. YouTube Shorts are only Clash Royale tournament test openings for me. Well, mine is a little like, mine is a 1-minute video or a 57-minute video of one of LCOP's great plays from World Finals. So I'm going to be doing some more YouTube Shorts because they're fun. And I can highlight a more diverse group of players, like get other players in there faster than like having to do a big 10-minute. I'll still do the big like 10, 15-minute videos, but I'm going to do a lot of shorts just to spread the wealth a little bit more. E-Barb's in for Boss. Interesting. I've played this deck that Boss is playing here, this 6-loon with E-Barb's deck, but I played it with Heal Spirit. Interesting to see him in here with Electro Spirit. Mega Knight left-hand side, poison down. E-Barb's, I don't know about that E-Barb's play. I understand why he does that E-Barb's play, because what else? How else does he control the Mega Knight in that situation? Hold on, guys. Going to record one more match over here. Wow, there's so many. I just realized how many games there are in here. This is pretty great. Mega Knight going to be picked up again by that Inferno Dragon on the left. High E-Wiz and a nice high E-Wiz for Air Surfer. Graveyard in. Throws the archers right into the middle of it rather than low. Snowballs as well. Nobody's saying, I have not tried with the E-Spirit, but I prefer the Lumberjack over E-Barbs. I understand the reason. Assad. Here comes a... Yeah, you need to get timed out there, buddy. Don't spam like that. Ruben didn't have to carry as hard as Anaban did in No Tilt League. Maybe. Anaban got great matchups in No Tilt League, though. And Ruben did carry pretty hard in No Tilt League. I mean, I guess JP helped out a lot that one. E-Wiz down again for Air Surfer. Going to control that Inferno Dragon. And not quite enough room created by that Snowball. Does the Mega Knight get a leap on tower? Not a leap, but a hit. That's a good hit. Inferno Dragon for Boss trying to play defense, but he's in a lot of trouble here. He's in quite a lot of trouble. Balloon to the left-hand lane, high cage. Good balloon against the Hunter, but E-Wiz comes out. Hunter E-Wiz, nasty against balloon, obviously. I don't think Boss has a chance here. Nope, tower down right-hand side. Air Surfer takes game number 1. I don't think there's any reason to say Morton's overrated. Elsiop is certainly one of the all-time greats. No question about that. Elsiop's a winner. I mean, Balthazar, he did. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Anaban's gameplay in No Tilt League Special Edition. But also, he did get great matchups throughout that event. But anyone saying Morton's overrated is just empirically wrong. Empirically. The evidence, go watch him play. Morton has struggled in some big moments. That's for sure. He's had challenges in big moments. And not all of them were necessarily on him. That 1 HP game was a good was a good matchup for Surge. It was a hard matchup for Morton, and he made it into a 1 HP game. And if you talk about 2v2, obviously Morton is huge in 2v2. But man, look, it's that's the fun part of the conversation, right? There's a small list of people who are really at the top echelon, right? There's a small list of guys who you could ever consider to be potential S tier players, and Ruben's on that list, Morton's on that list, Elsiop has been on that list, but Elsiop is certainly a Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer in my opinion. And that's one thing. Clash Royale Esports, are you still here? Have you left yet? Or are you still hanging out? Are you still lurking in the channel, Clash Royale Esports? We need a Clash Royale Hall of Fame. Maybe that's something that I'll have to help organize. We need a Clash Royale Hall of Fame, though. Because you talk about, a lot of these guys are talking about, what the big thing is they are all first ballot Hall of Famers. Every single one of them. All of them are easy Hall of Famers. We need to figure out how to do that. A virtual Hall of Fame. Clash Royale Esports, if you're here, let's chat. Let's make that happen. Why is Morton not playing? Morton was going to play, but he was out off-roading in his new Mercedes G50, and he got a flat tire, and he told us he can't get to good Wi-Fi. So he's trapped out in the Swiss Alps with his Mercedes G50. He isn't playing Clash Royale right now because he doesn't have good Wi-Fi, but he is using sticks and rocks and leaves to imagine Clash Royale setups, kind of like, if you might imagine chess. So he's not really playing, but he's still working on it. But again, in the Swiss Alps, sometimes you just get a flat tire at the worst time. Do I think Vulcan retired too fast in the competitive scene, says Dante's Inferno? No. I think that if you retire, it's the right time to retire. And Vulcan's doing great. He's in school. He's a brilliant guy. He's in school working hard. He's making content. And again, I don't think that no one ever retired at the wrong time. They retire when that was right for them. Honestly, most of the time a retirement comes too late rather than too early. I come from the fight business, from mixed martial arts, where most people retire after they should have retired. And I think that in esports, if you feel like maybe you should retire, then you should almost definitely retire. That's kind of my feeling. And if Vulcan comes back, if he wants to come back, then he'll come back, and that'll be great too, right? But I am not against change, and I think that a lot of people are afraid of change. But for the vast majority of these Clash Royale pros, if you can be that good at one thing, you can probably be that good at something else. Or at least very good at something else. So I'm excited to see what a lot of these guys do next. And Vulcan is certainly one of those guys who I'm excited to see what he does next. And I tell a lot of these guys, too, when I talk to them as they're retiring, I'm like, hey, keep me posted. I expect something great. Final minute remaining. Boss kept it alive, but it's going to be difficult here. And Air Surfer going balloon to King Tower rather than pocket. I don't think there's any way for Boss to stop this. Going to take the one shot. This is really brutal. Did Colton retire? From competitive, yeah. He's still doing content creation, though. Yeah, Sandy is... By the way, Sandy... Give love to Sandy as an awesome mod. She's great. She's really next level. Hey guys, if you jump on that same spam train, you will also get timed out and or banned. All the information is here, Saeed. Six-man, 4-2 split this time. And that hunter just gets pulled deep into enemy territory. RG down. And the fisherman pulls the Royal Giant all the way in as the fisherman goes up. This is huge for boss. This is really huge for boss. Now he can go Royal Giant in the pocket and get a lot of action. And GG, well played. What a come from behind with boss. I don't know about going for King Tower there from Air Surfer. Is this my full-time job? I mean, this and producing, yeah. I was doing just casting for the last 2 years, but I've moved into production in the last 6 months or so, and I enjoy it. Great job, boss. Let's give a little applause there for coming from behind there. I think the Air Surfer's mistake was going for King Tower. It's almost always a mistake to go King Tower with Balloon. I think that was that was one as well. GG's. Hey, Clash Royale Esports, you're back? Let's make the Clash Royale Hall of Fame happen. Clash Royale Hall of Fame. Guys, Clash Royale Esports, you and I have had a very close friendship. We mean a lot to each other. We've been through so much. And now it's time for us to take the next step and make a Clash Royale Hall of Fame together. Because all these conversations, the who's the greatest of all time, who's the best, blah, 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 we make a Hall of Fame and go, you know what, they're Hall of Famers. And there we go. The conversation can still happen and talk about who's best or who's not. But we can give the love, like, dude, I'm excited about the idea of a Clash Royale Hall of Fame. I think we can make it happen. I think we can make it happen. I think you and me. You never left. I know you can't commit to anything right now. I know. But I'm just telling you right now how much I believe in the idea of a Clash Royale Hall of Fame and how much I want to be a part of it. Not even be in it. I mean, you can put me in it if you want to, but more about helping make this happen so we can give some love to some of the retired players, too, some of the guys who aren't in the game anymore. Oh, it's a fun idea. What retired players would I put in? I would definitely... I mean, obviously, I think C. McHugh would probably deserve a spot in there. Do we consider Surgical Element to go? Yeah, I put Surge. I mean, a lot of these retired players I put in there for sure. A lot of the current ones, the guys who just retired. Oh, I need to answer that later. Let's go ahead and jump back into our game number 3 of Boss and Air Surfer. A lot of the CCGS top 8 guys would be in there for sure. Let's not spam, folks. Let's keep it clean. Without the spammy spam. It's not. There's no CRL World. There's no Clash Royale Hall of Fame yet. But I believe that one day there will be. And it will be great. Yeah, Josh, I was a play-by-play commentator. My commentary career started in mixed martial arts. And I was the play-by-play lead commentator for the U of MMA, the University of Mixed Martial Arts, for 7 years. And I worked off and on for other organizations, but that was my primary one. I called the first 4 amateur fights for UFC light heavyweight contender Dominic the Devastator Reyes. Slow mode on. I don't know how to turn slow mode on. I'm very sorry that I don't know how to do that. But YouTube changed their controls, and now I don't know how to do it because they changed their controls. So if YouTube goes back to not having these ridiculous new controls, then I can turn slow mode on. But right now I have no idea how to do it. Yeah, Lincoln. LCOP certainly belongs in the Hall of Fame. I think there's an argument. I don't know if I would say he's number 1 of all time. There is an argument that LCOP benefited from some weaker competition for a little while, potentially. There's an argument, and I think a lot of CRL players would say that. It's not just me saying that. But like, he is one of those guys who's in the conversation of the greats, because LCOP's certainly a winner. But is he definitely number 1 of all time? I wouldn't say that at all. I did not watch the fights this weekend there, Josh. I'm a little busy at the moment. But yeah, I called Dom's when he was an amateur fighter fighting for free. I called his first 4 fights. And he was we could tell then he would be destined for greatness. 643 right-hand side to 1839. And that's going to be a GG well played. Air Surfer. Putting a stamp on this one. Guys, there's no Hall of Fame yet. I'm just campaigning for one. I think we should get one, and I'd be very excited for it. Speaking of Hall of Fame, you can join my Hall of Fame by subscribing to my YouTube channel. Link there in the chat. Hit that sub button, and you'll be my own personal Hall of Famer. It would mean so much to me. And you get lots of fun stuff, including some more competitive content, deep dives into some great games and great moments, fun stuff like that. Other rando stuff. Bum, 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 bum. Twitter vote. Buy me 14,000 gems, Arif? Okay. Send me $100. Then I'll do it. That's the deal. Just subscribe and vote for LCOP. He'll be in the Hall of Fame for sure. If and when a Hall of Fame happens, LCOP will be in it. There's no question there. Is it a coincidence everyone in the first match wins the first game wins the duel? Interesting. Is that true what's happened today? No, I don't believe anyone's eliminated. I don't think we're in an elimination phase of this yet. Thank you, Rickroll, for the sub. I appreciate it. There is no Hall of Fame yet, guys. But I am going to try to help make that happen. I don't know what I can do to make that happen. I'm going to try. I'm going to, figure things out. Moment I was live, you were here? Oh, well, thank you. I don't know how many more games we have today. I need to go and see where we are in the... Let me find out. We are on the... Oh, here we go. Oh. That was the last match, guys. I think that was the last one. So here's tomorrow. Tomorrow we're back, same time. And let me turn off my music. Wait, did they just get the music working now? Why does the sound suddenly work and has not worked all day, and now it works on this final graphic? What in the world is happening, guys? The sound has not worked all day, and now it works. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Tomorrow, Vitor and Jupiter King. That'll be a banger. The Pride of Portugal look up against the young South Korean superstar. LCOP and Mini Minter. You want to see LCOP? You'll see him against the Peruvian Punisher, Mini Minter. Pompeo coming off that #1 ladder finish up against one of the all-time most creative and coolest players in the world, X-Bow Master, the No-Tilt World Championship champion line, up against the King Killer himself, Razor. Paradox, the Russian from No-Tilt League East, from Clash Royale League East, up against one of those guys who's in a conversation with being one of the best players on the planet right now, Mugi of Ponos Esports. We'll see if Mugi can get back in rhythm here after some stumbles there at the Clash Royale League World Finals. A battle of Brazilians, Lucas and Basoto, dominance of the green and yellow. Who will come out on top between those two? Cody Go, Colombia's captain, up against Wallace, 7-1 against Nova Esports at Clash Royale League World Finals. We'll see if Wallace's run can continue up against the veteran Boss. Very, very popular player. American will be back in tomorrow against Hajime to try to pick up that win that he wasn't able to pick up today. And then finally, OP Sam, the mad scientist himself, up against Yakatori. That will also be a great one tomorrow. So that's your lineup for tomorrow, everybody. I'm excited for it. Hopefully you're excited for it as well. And I believe that that's it for today. Let me go ahead and just double check there with production. Guys, all the information on the format and structure and everything will be here. There is, I believe, a loser's bracket. So all your information is going to be right there. You can follow me right there on the Twitters, which is a place where people get followed. And then, of course, if you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel because we are going to be here throughout this entire time. We're here today through Sunday, the whole step of this one. And, of course, going to be doing some more stuff in January as well here on this channel with big Clash Royale competitive events because it's going to be a big year, 2021, for competitive Clash Royale. I'm excited to be a part of it. Hopefully you're excited to be a part of it as well. Yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. It's been fun. I have enjoyed hanging out with you guys. And we'll be back tomorrow, hopefully, with a little more technical smoothness. Yeah, that's it. Done with the stream. Why are you still here? It's because you love me that much? Oh, I appreciate it. Sub to me one more time.